My son's teacher asked, "Why does your child know a language that was declared extinct by the CIA in 1987? Mrs. Pemberton stood in the doorway of her classroom holding a tablet showing a video of my 7-year-old son speaking words I didn't recognize. The afternoon sun cut through the windows behind her, making her gray hair look almost white. I'd come for a routine parent-teacher conference expecting to discuss Oliver's math grades, or his tendency to daydream during reading time. Instead, she was playing me footage of my son speaking fluently in what sounded like a mix of clicks, tonal shifts, and guttural sounds that seemed impossible for a child's mouth to produce. "I don't understand," I said, watching Oliver on the screen. He was sitting at his desk during free time, whispering to himself while drawing. The sounds coming from his mouth were deliberate and structured. This wasn't nonsense. This was language. Mrs. Pemberton's hand was shaking slightly as she held the tablet. "I have a doctorate in linguistics. I spent 6 years studying endangered languages before I became a teacher. What your son is speaking is Koresh. It's a language from a small ethnic group in the Caucasus region that was documented by Soviet linguists in the 1970s. By 1987, the CIA's Cultural Preservation Database declared it extinct. The last known speaker died in 1986. There are maybe 3 people in the world who could even recognize what I'm hearing, and I'm one of them." The hallway suddenly felt too narrow. Other parents were filing past us toward their own conferences, chatting about science fair projects and upcoming field trips. Normal concerns, normal lives. I looked at the video again. Oliver's lips moved with the precision of someone who'd spoken this language for years, not a child who'd never left suburban Maryland. "Maybe he heard it somewhere? A documentary or a video game?" Mrs. Pemberton shook her head. "Mrs. Reeves, there are no documentaries. There are no recordings available to the public. The only existing documentation of Koresh is locked in classified archives. The Soviet linguists who studied it were all killed during the conflicts in the 1990s. Their research was seized by intelligence agencies and buried. When I say extinct, I mean systematically erased. The people who spoke it were ethnically cleansed. The villages were burned. The CIA declared it extinct not because the last speaker died naturally, but because they wanted the world to forget it ever existed." I felt my purse slip from my shoulder and caught it reflexively. Why would the CIA want to erase a language? She glanced down the hallway before answering, her voice dropping to barely above a whisper. "Because the Koresh people witnessed something during the Soviet collapse that powerful interests didn't want documented. Their oral histories contained information about weapons programs, mass graves, and war crimes that would have implicated both US and Russian officials. Erasing the language meant erasing the testimony. No speakers, no witnesses, no accountability.